Welcome to Ancient Stoic Secrets, the channel where modern men remember who they are when the noise fades and silence speaks louder than words. Let me ask you something personal. Have you ever stared at your phone, heart in your throat, waiting for a message that never came? No goodbye, no explanation, just silence. You gave her your time, your focus, maybe even your soul, and now you're left in limbo trying to understand what went wrong. But what if I told you her silence isn't rejection, it's a mirror? Stay with me, because once you understand what that silence really means, you stop chasing answers and start reclaiming your center. Part 1. Strategic silence, when stillness speaks louder than words. Most men panic when she goes quiet. They assume she's lost interest, moved on, or grown cold. But the truth is, silence isn't always withdrawal, it's observation. She's watching how you handle the unknown. Do you beg for answers, over-explain, chase validation? Or do you remain calm, unshaken, whole? Women aren't taught to confront directly. They watch, they feel. In silence, your emotional discipline is revealed. The weak man tries to fill the gap with noise, but the grounded man lets the silence speak for him. Because a Stoic doesn't fear the quiet, he becomes it. Part 2. Emotional mirroring. She's not matching you, she's measuring you. Have you ever felt like she just got you, reflected your energy perfectly? That wasn't random, it was mirroring. Women adjust their emotional tone not just to connect, but to assess. When she matches your energy, she's testing your center. If you shift to match her every mood, she sees instability. But if you stay steady, confident, calm, she finds trust in your frame. Most men confuse emotional chemistry with emotional commitment. But the Stoic knows, not every mirror is an invitation. Sometimes it's just her way of asking, can I trust who you are when the wind shifts? Part 3. The silent ranking system, how she sorts men without saying a word. You may never hear it, but she feels it. A quiet sorting system built from instinct and emotion. Men who lead themselves rise. Men who seek approval sink. The man who holds his ground, doesn't overtext, over-explain, or bend to please, he earns respect without asking. She responds to presence, not pressure. While most men try to impress their way to the top, the Stoic simply stands in who he is. And that stillness, that wholeness, it's what places him above the noise, in her mind and her heart. Part 4. Gatekeeping. Her boundaries aren't walls, they're wisdom. She flirts, she leans in, then pulls back. You feel led on, confused, but to her it's protection. Most women have learned, often the hard way, that moving too fast brings pain. So they slow the pace, test your patience, and watch. Do you push, pressure, pout, or do you stay calm, respecting her space without collapsing? The Stoic man doesn't chase access. He creates trust because when she finally opens the gate, she needs to know it's safe on the other side. Part 5. Male competition, don't fight for her. Lead yourself, another guy shows up. He texts her, he makes her laugh. You feel the tension rise, the urge to prove yourself. It's natural, it's primal. But ask yourself this, do you want her or do you just want to win? Most men confuse desire with rivalry, but the Stoic sees through the game. He doesn't compete for attention, he stands apart with clarity, because true power isn't proven in battle, it's revealed in self-command. And when you stop trying to outshine others, you become the one who can't be replaced. Part 6. The test of delay. Can you stay grounded when she pulls back? She doesn't reply for hours. She's slower, colder, distant. You're tempted to react, to chase, to fix, to question. But here's the truth. She's not trying to hurt you. She's testing your emotional center. Can you sit with uncertainty without losing your composure? The man who panics reveals his need. The man who waits with calm reveals his power. The Stoic doesn't rush clarity. He lets time reveal the truth without forcing it. Because presence, not pressure, is what separates men she trusts from men she forgets. Part 7. Mixed signals. When she feels more than she's ready to show, she smiles at you one day, retreats the next, laughs over coffee, then ghosts your message. It's confusing, unless you understand the emotional shield. She's interested, yes, but cautious. She's not playing games, she's protecting her heart. The Stoic man doesn't need constant confirmation. He reads the energy, respects the hesitation, and lets her feel safe in her own time. Not every signal means go. Sometimes it means watch how you move when I'm unsure. And when you meet her uncertainty with steadiness, you become the man she's been waiting to trust. Part 8. Your frame is the message. Are you still when the thoughtful storm hits? Short pause. You don't need fancy words. You don't need a perfect reply. You need a strong emotional frame. Because when she tests, pulls back, or doubts, it's not about what you say, it's about what you embody. Do you flinch under pressure, or do you remain grounded, whole, untouched by the waves? A Stoic man is the calm in the storm, not because he's emotionless, but because he knows who he is, even when things feel unclear. That presence? It's not just rare, it's magnetic. Become the stillness she can trust. Now you see, this was never about her silence. It was always about your steadiness. About how you show up when things get quiet. Not to prove yourself, but to know yourself. Because the man who doesn't chase, doesn't collapse, doesn't compete, is the man she remembers. Not for his words, but for his calm. Not for his pursuit, but for his presence. If this message stirred something in you, drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you're ready to master yourself before seeking anyone else, subscribe to Ancient Stoic Secrets. Because this isn't a channel for men who want validation. It's for men who want inner power that doesn't shake.